Hello everybody, welcome to my video on the Puma-Pfp12 pump shotgun. Now I saw this gun listed new on Classic Firearms for right around 150 bucks. So I guess that's where you want to go if you're planning to get one of these. The page didn't have too much on it, and I couldn't find any more videos on YouTube, so as far as I know, this is the only video on it. So it came around $200, shipped in, background check, all that. It came in the standard cheap cardboard box, and it came with the gun, one of these hunting plugs, so you can go bird hunting with it, limit yourself, which is nice. It came with the owner's manual, and it also came with a choke wrench. I didn't know it when I bought it, but this gun actually takes Beretta/Benelli chokes, which I think is pretty neat. So, let's just show you what it's about. Starting from the back here, it has a really soft rubber recoil pad, and these cuts do go all the way through. You can see squish it. See some light through there. The stock itself is rather long, has a long length of pull, so it'll be good for taller people. Couldn't find any other replacements, so if it's too long for you, I guess you're just out of luck. You do get a sling attachment point, which is nice. The receiver, I'm pretty sure, is made out of aluminum. I couldn't get a magnet to stick to it. I'll show you that in a little bit. It does have a crossbolt safety, like a Maverick 88. And it has the pump release up here, a lot like a Remington 870. Now the trigger, I was pretty surprised by this. It's really nice actually. I'll show you really quick. It takes very little to get it to go off, and the reset is very short, so make sure it's empty. Always check. Safety is off. Okay, so you see it just very little goes off. The reset, immediate. So that I think is a really big bonus. The trigger group itself is made out of plastic, which isn't too good, but for 150 bucks, I mean, what are you expecting, I guess? Now moving forward, it does have a 20-inch barrel, and it is completely has a chrome line bore. You can kind of see a little bit of it in here, actually. Oh, see, I was reaching for it like a Mossberg. In there, this is actually an extension of the barrel that goes into the receiver. Show you that when I take it apart. You can kind of see a little bit of the chrome inside there. The pump itself is also made out of that very, very cheap plastic, although it does feel pretty nice. It does have two of these action bars, like a Mossberg, which is good. The markings on it are Legacy Sport, Reno, Nevada, and then the chambering Puma 12 gauge 3-inch chamber. Now one thing I don't like about this gun, here, let me get it, is that front sight. You see how fat that is? I prefer the little bead sights like on most other shotguns. But I mean, for 150 bucks, I think this is pretty good. So now let's get into disassembly. Moving on to disassembly, you start by putting the pump back and removing the cap. This can be pretty stiff. Now you have to be careful not to drop and damage this or lose it, because it does come off. It's not attached. I mean, you wouldn't lose it if you have your sling on, because it attaches right there, and then of course it goes on to the one on your stock, so it'll stay together then. Now the barrel is kind of tricky to get out, because you have to get this thicker part through the pump, so you kind of have to put the pump forward at the same time you take the barrel out to make it easiest. And it's always nice if you get a little leverage on the front and just wiggle it on out. See, let's put this forward a little bit more, and then just give it a, there we go. Now you can see the chrome where it's kind of put on rather poorly here, I'd say, on the outside. But like I was saying, this is just an extension of the barrel that goes inside of the receiver itself here. But yeah, you could see it is chrome lined. Checking the bore, you can see it. There is that Beretta / Benelli choke that they sent you the wrench for, and it attaches over the magazine tube like 870, where it's just a ring that slides over. Now, after this, you can just pull the bolt right out the front with the pump. Now, these are two separate pieces. The bolt comes off. Taking a look at this, you can see it does have only one extractor. The firing pin is not free floated, it is under spring tension. And then here is the block to lock it into the top of the barrel so that it's locked up and not going to move back when you're using it. Now the pump itself, which I find kind of interesting, is that this piece and the pump are all one piece. It's not like a Mossberg where you can, you pull the bolt off and you pull this little thing out the bottom. Nah, it all just slides right out the front. Now I'm pretty sure that the magazine tube is like press fitted in here. It is only 5+1, but I'm pretty sure there is a law regarding the capacity on imported shotgun, so that might be why they don't want you to take it off. Now checking for the aluminum receiver, we get the magnet. Now it'll stick where there is steel on the inside, but like right here where there is no steel, it's just a receiver, it just slides right off. So, pretty sure it's aluminum, which is nice. Next, what you want to do is you want to push out these two pins. Now these were really stiff from the factory. You might have to tap them out. Let me get them out really quick. There is one. Ooh, there we go. It loosened up, so 2. Okay, so once you take those out, then this whole trigger assembly just pulls right out. Now it is kind of hard to get in there because there are some thicker parts on the side, but you can see the hammer right here. Now what I think is interesting is that this is actually a piece of the trigger group. You see? That's pretty neat to me, I think. And your safety. That's really it. This gun is really simple to take apart, and then to put it back together you just do it in reverse. So let's get to shooting.